Hello, my name is Hello everyone. My name is Aryan Chauhan, and this is about my project for NLP, Natural Language Processing. Now, the title of my project is Job Job Recruitment Scam Detection, and the other team members of mine are Kiran and Rishabh Reddy. Now, now why I've taken this topic? Why I've taken the topic of job recruitment scam detection? Now, there are many examples around the world where people have fallen victim to fake job recruitments which have been uploaded on a website. And why such people happen to fall in this scam is because such fake job recruitment seems very legitimate and very authentic as compared very legitimate to an authentic job recruitment or a website. Now, then what is the problem with this job recruitment thing? The issue with this fake job recruitment is that they actually don't provide any job, and instead they steal money, and also they steal money from the people those who are looking forward to that job, and also they take in the personal data of a person. So what this fake job recruitment has done is that they have led to many financial loss to the people as they pay money to such people if wanting because this such fake job recruitment people say that you provide us with money now, we are going to provide you the job later, and so people give the money to them, and so this leads to financial loss. But that is not the only issue that is there with this fake job recruitment. Another issue is that there's a personal privacy issue because the data because during this fake job recruitment we provide our personal data, and that data this data leads to a privacy issue, and this can lead to a possibility of being used such data being used against us, as they can leak this to other data which can again by which again we can become target to some other unsocial things, or also this can lead to blackmailing. Now, here I'm going to discuss show some examples of where such fake job recruitment has been done. Like, the first one is that it's a scene where a person reveals that way he was hired for a fake job at a fake company, and and that was not just the issue that yeah, he got hired by a fake company, fake job, so he didn't get any money, so there's no loss or no gain. But this actually what happened, these scammers had posed as the recruiters of this fake company, and they were they were stealing money from this job seeker. So as you can see, this there was an issue. Now, another reason was where this case in Kochi, where a person from this Kochi was looking for a job at overseas, but again it turned out that the agency which had been doing this uh, job recruitment, it was a scam. It was not actually for a provide job, and instead it was for again taking money, and luckily this one a case was registered and it could be solved, means it could be handled with. Another one is this example in the Indian state of Himachal, where it turns out there was a recruitment scam going on for a government job of police constable, and also there were some leakage of papers to such agency which led to cancellation of such job. So this was another example of job recruitment scam. So how we plan to deal with this job recruitment? Now, we plan to use machine learning and natural language processing to identify the patterns and the terms which these fake job recruiters use, and using this data of the patterns and the terms that you are using will train the algorithm with it. And with this training, the algorithm can use itself, like it can identify whether the whether this thing is a genuine case of job recruitment or a false case. And to make the better result of such algorithm, we will not just limit ourselves to one algorithm of machine learning, but we'll be using multiple algorithms in this case. Now, in this project, what we are doing this project in the form of Python, and in this Python we'll be using the machine learning to identify to train the algorithm. So where does this NLP how does this project fit into a natural language processing project? So that we are going to discuss about that from this on. So first of all, since this we are going to do the coding in Python, we'll need a toolkit which is used for natural language processing, or the human language which we speak, and that can be used by the NLTK toolkit. Now we'll discuss how the NLP is being used in this format. Now first of all, when the data is given comes in the input, it comes in forms of strings, and these strings can be very large at once only. So such large big strings will not be useful for processing as it is to train the data. So first of all, what we'll do, these large strings will be up into smaller sentences, and these things are quite easier because like in the case of English language, we use punctuation marks to make those large strings into smaller components of sentences. So this makes the make the length of the inputs smaller. However, we have done the input of the we have made the strings smaller into sentences, but still too it's not that efficient enough to do our natural language processing. So how do we do that? Now we can do that by word tokenization. So what does this word tokenization do? It separates each words in the sentences. And again, this for English language, the tokenization of word is quite easy, as there are spaces in between the words. And for most of the languages around the globe, we find that word tokenization is easy, as there are spaces between those words. For most of them, I can't. For most of them, yeah. Now next, after we have broken down the large strings into small sentences and those sentences into small words, then we can move forward to processing those small sentences of those small words, which can be now termed as data. So now first what we'll do is we'll do the text limitization and stemming. Now why we are doing text limitization and stemming? Now in this case, like again I'll take the example of the language English. Now English is spoken around many parts of the world, like it's being spoken in UK, it's being spoken in USA, it's being spoken in Jamaica and other nations in West Indies, it's being spoken in Australia, it's being spoken in India and such other countries. So although it's just English, but since it's being spoken in various parts of the globe, like some in North America, some in the West Indies, some in Asia, some in South Asia, some in Australia, there become some changes adapting out there. The core words get modified into such regional biases and such regional words. Like for example, a police in like example, the word color is given COLOUR in Europe and Indian areas, while in America is spelled as COLOR, though they both have the same meanings. And sometimes some additional words get added at the end, like some ly is added to the word, making it more regional word. So the same words get different uh, the words with same meaning are being said written in different ways, although they mean the same thing. So to bring those different types of modification of that word into a common form, this to achieve this common making this different form of words into a common word to be used as it, we use lemmatization and stemming. Now how we make the different words into a common words to understand, that can be done by two ways, that is lemmatization and stemming. Now what does lemmatization means? Lemmatization means that we are modifying the word as per the, not modifying, we are analyzing the modified word through morphological analysis. Out here we can take the example of the color and the color which we had used earlier. Now morphological analysis of the word is that we search the meaning of the words, and since it's same, so we use that we use the common thing for both of them. Now another thing is stemming. Now what does stemming does is that some words get modified and some words come at the starting or the ending of the word, though they have the same meaning as the common word. Now to get back to the common word, either the last words are start getting chopped up till it makes a sense, or the starting words get the chopped, so that those modified words gets the we get to the common sense word, this word which has the similar sense in the main vocabulary. So that is why lemmatization and stemming is done. Next next we use NLP for stop words. Now what are stop words? Now in general, in documents we see that some words are there which are not needed to, what to say, they don't give some relevant information to, they don't give some relevant meaning, like to the data. And when this, we can't say it as a sentence that they don't give relevant meaning, but when they're in individual words they don't have that much meaning, like using an article, the words some article and something. So these words then occupy the space of the memory, and it becomes laggy for it becomes more time consuming to process such data. So what can be done? So these words which don't have any meaning but are occupying the spaces, these words can be removed. These words are stored in a list, and if it matches the list, those words are removed. And since these words get removed, the number of words which has to be processed has been reduced. So it becomes faster to process this data, and since these words are stored in a list, it becomes faster to remove such words, to identify these words and remove, to identify these words and remove it. So it becomes faster in that sense too. Now after we have got the common meaning of the words and we have removed the common words, now a user may think that a user is such that he wants to see only a certain pattern of data, or the user doesn't want to see such some patterns of data or such pattern of data. Then how he doesn't want to process such pattern of data, or he wants to process only certain pattern of data. So how can we process that? So that can be done with the use of regex, which is the short abbreviation for regular expression. So in regular regex what we do, or in regular expression what we do, as the name says, we find a certain pattern of words, and that pattern of words we can filter out the words, or we can filter in the words as per the need of the user, and then the user can process all that filtered data. Now after this we are going to move forward a bag of words. Now computer is a compiler doesn't process something in words, not in human words. They do process in form of binaries, in numbers, in binaries. So how will the computer process these things, these words? So for this, we use NLP is used for the bag of NLP uses a bag of words. Now this bag of words is a technique which converts text into a vector of numbers so that the computer can process it. And also this bag of words contain the number of occurrences of each of this word in the document. And finally, we are going to discuss about TF-IDF. Now, what is TF-IDF? TF-IDF is the short term for term frequency inverse document frequency, which is the inverse of frequency of a word in a document. So why do we use this TF-IDF? We use this to find the importance of a word in a document. Like we can take we can say that there may be some words which have very high frequency in a document, but they don't have such information to gain. But there are some words which occur very less in the documents, but they provide a great deal of information into the document. That's why we use this TF-IDF. And with this we and that is what we have to say about use of TF-IDF. So in short, we can say that we are using the NLP for the processing of text, and how that is achieved is through the means of natural NLT toolkit, which is the natural language toolkit in Python programming. And after that, we make large strings into small sentences, which is called as sentence tokenization. Next, we break those sentences into small words, which is termed as word tokenization. Then, since the different regions have different regions modify same languages, so we lemmatize or we stem those words so as to get the common meaning or the common form of that word. Then we use the stop words, which remove the data which have large number of, which occupy spaces but don't have certain meaning. They don't give any information. Then after that, we are using the regular expression, which is used for processing on a certain pattern of our data or not processing on certain pattern of our data. Then we use the bag of words, which is used for converting the text into vectors of number, and also holding the occurrences of each word in the document. And then lastly, we are using TF-IDF, which is used to evaluate that how much important a word is through the frequencies of the word. So this is what I have to say about the thing, about the rough idea that we are going forward with this project. So thank you.